Fashion Dolls, and we are back. We are going to continue on with this interview. We paused for a second. I'm going to share this interview with everyone so that we can get everyone back in here. We were talking with Darryl on his acting career and his modeling career. How did he get started? So we're going to pick up from there. Uh-oh. I think we went out for a sec. Let me see. All right, we're
all right.
Yes, we were talking about Atlanta being the metro. It is like the metro for a lot of actors, actresses, musicians, everybody that is coming up in this industry. That's how you get started.
Yeah, it is. There's like so much opportunity that's in Atlanta right now. And like you say, no matter what you're doing, if it's if you want to be a hairstylist, if you want to be whatever you want to be, you can definitely go to Atlanta to try to get it started. I'll say at least try, because I mean it's just a land of opportunity, if you ask me right now. So, you know, it's great. It's a great place to be at, I feel like.
Absolutely, 100%. And speaking of acting, let's go through some of the work that you've done. I remember seeing you on Essence Magazine's website for the eye candy. And a lot of ladies, y'all have seen it. And I think it was Crave Magazine. You went on to do For My Man, which is on TV1, which is a great show, because there aren't really a whole lot of Black crime shows. I mean, I like watching Forensic Files and Unsolved Mysteries and things like that, but For My Man is a whole different level. So tell everyone a little bit about that show. How did you get casted for that show?
For My Man was actually, well, you know, it's crazy because I've done For My Man and as well as Fatal Attraction. So For My Man was actually, that was the first one that I did, and I had a lead role in that particular one. And how did I end up getting that? I want to say I applied for something else that the casting company had like a while ago, and you know, I guess they came back and they emailed me about it, and I sent my stuff in to them because, you know, they tried to semi-resemble the character. Well, not really a character because it is a real person that you're portraying, but they try to resemble that real life person that committed the crimes. And I don't look like him, but we kind of made it work a little bit. He's light skinned with braids. I was light skinned with locks. So I guess they said, all right, well, we're going to go with him. I did it. It was great. It was like a 3-day shoot. And the crazy thing that, you know, about that particular story that I portrayed is, if you see the episode, at the end of it, they have, they'll show me pointing the gun, but the family wouldn't let the family of the guy. It was two people involved. There was a lady and there was a guy. The family of the guy, they wouldn't let the network show the guy who I was portraying shooting the gun, actually, because he's trying to get his case appealed. So it's kind of like if they show him shooting the gun, it's kind of like saying he did it. Yeah, it was very interesting doing that, especially being that those are real people that are still living is interesting.
and very uncanny. I know you must have had like a out-of-body experience, because when you're doing something like this, something that is based on a true story, I was reading something, I think it was Lupita, when she was portraying the character for Us, she said she literally had to go and detox and clean herself out of this character, because listen, when you're in go time, when the director or producer says go time, you're in game mode, you're focused, you're ready to go. But Lupita, she said she literally had to go and detox and get the rest of that character out of her, because there have been times when it's just like, okay, you're back to Lupita now. You're not this character anymore. Has anything like that ever happened to you on set?
Nah, it hasn't. It hasn't. I try my best not to walk around acting crazy after they call cut. I try not to walk around in that character, but some people some people do that. Some people actually do, you know, they do method acting, and they will be that person for 2 weeks, a month. But I can understand that because some characters are very hard to portray. And I didn't realize until I got into it how hard it is to actually be a great actor. And I mean, I'm working on it, but all of that, the actors that we see, the A-listers, to actually portray a person and bring it to your TV screen, it is hard to embody another person and to make it believable. So, you know, I haven't had a role yet that would, I guess, make me walk around being that person for a week or a month, because I would hate to play a person who who's a killer and have to walk around with the mindset of acting like a killer for a month, sneaking up on people, you know, doing everything except killing them. You know, it would be crazy.
It's a whole different thing. It's like an out-of-body experience, like in a trance. And speaking of acting, if you could collaborate with any actor, what would your dream team? Who would you like to work with?
Well, dream team, man, dream team. You know, I like. Well, I'll say Denzel because Denzel is definitely one of my favorites. However, but I like people like. You know, I like people like Lance Gross, man. Lance Gross, Morris Chestnut. You know, I like those type of actors. Luke James, man. Luke James, that's my guy. he's a very phenomenal actor. And a lot of those people, they're kind of, you'll see them in TV shows and in movies, but, you know, somebody like Luke, he'll kind of float under the radar, and then you'll see him in something and you'll be like, wait, yeah, he did phenomenal. You know, so I think Luke James, man, Morris Chestnut would be great to work with. And, you know, I guess if I'm talking about a female actress, I think it would be dope to work with Janet Jackson.
I turn like that because I'm looking at her Velvet Rope tour book.
Yeah, it would be dope to work with Janet. Like
Janet Jackson. I love Janet Jackson and I love Whitney Houston. Those are two of my favorite singers. If you guys have been watching me for a long time, y'all know that these, and Vanessa Williams as well, those are three women that I idolize. So, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Janet is an amazing actress, man. And we all know she's been at it for forever, even since Good Times. So,
yep.
You know, you can't really go from Good Times to everything, the Poetic Justice and everything that she did, and not be phenomenal. I mean, she is great. She can really embody something. Like, I mean, even on, what was it, Tyler Perry? Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see how crazy she was acting? Like, I'm like, nah, she's scary. But not that. Janet would be great to work with, though.
A phenomenal.
If Whitney was still here, she would be great as well. I wish, you know, hey, if Whitney was here, man, she would be great.
And speaking of scary, what makes you smile the most and what makes you afraid the most? Because I know all of us as entertainers, as journalists, we have our moments just like, did I think of that? Did I do this? So what makes you scared the most and what makes you afraid?
What makes me afraid the most? I'll say what makes me smile the most first, because you did ask that. Success, succeeding, accomplishment. If I can accomplish something that I've never done before, which I feel like, you know, I hate saying sky's the limit because I feel like you can go beyond that. But, you know, for lack of a better term right now, you know, sky's the limit. And there's so much to accomplish. And, you know, anytime I can accomplish something, you know, and put a smile on someone else's face, it makes me smile. What am I afraid of? Or what makes me, you said, what am I afraid of or what makes me frown the most? What am I afraid of? Just not succeeding not succeeding what I want to succeed in life. I won't say not being able to fulfill it, because I feel like, you know, I believe in God. You know, whatever anybody else believes in, that's up to them. But I feel like with God, or, you know, some people say the universe, you're going to be here until you fulfill what's needed for you to be fulfilled. For whatever it is for you to do anyway. So, that's not really the thing, but just not being, just not being or being successful the way that I want to be and doing the things that I want to do. That would be definitely one that's something that I'm afraid of.
And a lot of us have that fear of not being good enough, or, okay, did I do this? And which brings me to my next part of the conversation with you, manifestation. A lot of us have been, separated away from our family, separation anxiety with this thing going on. We never expected this to come. What keeps you grounded? Because I know a lot of us have just like, okay, I'm over it. This pandemic is here. We can't see our family. And we just got over Thanksgiving not too long ago. People have been able to reunite and connect with their family members and things. But before it was just like we're all separated. So what keeps you grounded?
The things that, I've always been a grounded person anyway. I've always had discipline. And I think that comes from like upbringing. It's definitely, it's going to be family, because it's the principles and morals that was, instilled in me as a kid. And I can't see myself shying away from those. And I read so many stories and I see so much going on every day in the world now. And, I can kind of look at people and stories and situations and say, look, I don't want to be that person. Or I don't want to have to go through that. So that keeps me grounded, looking at what other people do. Everyone makes mistakes, but, that's just like if you see someone make a mistake, that's like having if you have a kid, you don't want your kid to make the same mistakes that you did, no matter how big or how minute that mistake was. And we all make them. It's just, you learn them. So that kind of keeps me grounded, just seeing what other people do, that I don't want to do, or saying I don't want to be that person, or I don't want to have to go through that. So.
And I love the fact in the beginning you said, God, if you believe, if you manifestation, I'm all about manifestation. So it's all about keeping good energy surrounded around you 100%. And not only that, but a good support circle.
Absolutely. I'm all for positive energy. Like anybody who is around me every day, they will tell you, I get up, I look for a reason to smile. I get up, I'm laughing, I'm having fun. I'm going to have fun every day that I get up. Every day that I get up, I'm going to laugh. I don't look for anything negative. I feel like it's a lot of negative going on in the world, and I just don't want to be that person. I really take pride in walking by a person, speaking to them, smiling. Hey, how you doing? You doing all right today? I just finding something to laugh about, finding something to chuckle about. Every time I meet a person, I will, y'all don't walk around joking with people, but I will say a little joke to most people that I meet. I'm just about spreading that positive, that positive energy, because right now we're in a world that's going crazy. So I'm going to spread as much positivity and laughter and joy that I can myself. And that's how I keep my own sanity.
And that's how it should be for all of us, because it's been difficult for all of us being separated away from our families and loved ones and significant others. It definitely has, and it takes a toll on you. Like, I know my anxiety has been through an all-time high. It's just like, Lord Jesus, what am I going to do? Because me and my cousin around this time, you know how women are, we love to shop. So me and my cousin would be out hitting the road, and we would be going to the stores and shopping around this time of year. But it's just like, man, we're having to do things virtually. So thank God for the power of technology and keeping in touch with one another, connecting with one another.
Absolutely. It's crazy how things work, because imagine the pandemic without technology, without Facebook, without Instagram, without Zoom, without any of that. And granted, if we didn't have technology, it really wouldn't affect us, because you don't miss what you've never had. But it would be interesting. It's kind of like things has its own way of panning out with time. It's like it would be crazy for all of that to happen, and you couldn't be in connection with any family, any kind of way. But hey, we're here and we're good, and we got technology, and that whole year we could Zoom, we could listen to, we could see, hop on Instagram and see D Nice DJing and DJ Cassidy and everybody, just playing us music, getting us through the pandemic.
Yes, and we can't forget about the verses. The verses have definitely been keeping people entertained. All of that music, just that nostalgia. Everybody wants that. They want that nostalgia. That brings back memories to people like, wow, this isn't so bad. We literally can get through this together. So that's what it's about, keeping people entertained.
Absolutely, absolutely. The verses, that was a brilliant idea. Like the verses, that was something that was, man, that shout out to Tim and Swiss and whoever else was behind it, because that was an amazing idea. And the verses is still doing numbers right now as people are trying to get back to normal. I'm waiting to see who they gonna have next. After every verses, I'm like, all right, who they got next? Who they got next? This is gonna be interesting. And I like it because they mix up the genres as well. They'll go have R&B, and then they have hip hop, and rap hip hop. So yeah, it's dope. I like it.
Yes, it's all about keeping people happy. That's what I like about the verses as well, too, because it's bringing back so many memories. Like, oh my God, I remember hearing this song here and things like that. People want that nostalgia. And even on my platform, I try to bring nostalgia by bringing back certain artists here that people remember. Like, oh, I remember her. I remember this song. I remember she used to sing this or he used to sing that. So I'm always digging in the archives and bringing up something. You never know.
You never know. You never know. That's dope. It's dope.
My next question for you is, before we get into our segments we like to call the Rapid Five and Turn the Tables, my next question for you is, where do you see yourself with your career? Because I see so many other things for you, like working with Tyler Perry in the future. I'm predicting it. I'm manifesting. It's all about manifestation. So where do you see yourself with your career in the next few years?
In the next few years, I feel like I will, like I said, have skyrocketed some type of way on something. I do feel like, the Tyler Perry thing, I definitely appreciate you claiming that for me. I feel like something like that is on the way. I feel like that next level role is on the way. And I do feel like I'll be on a few shows, a few reoccurring shows. And I feel like I'll be out to the masses, in the best way, in the most positive and best way possible. So I definitely feel like, people, I see myself doing it, and I see myself helping a lot more people within the next few years as well. I feel like my brand will have skyrocketed. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. To sum it up, I feel like my brand will have skyrocketed.
All right. Manifestation. I'm telling you, if you believe it, because I've had some actors come on my platform. On one actor that I had on my platform, he said, I'm working on some things, Miss Stevie. And next thing you know, I seen him in the Wu-Tang documentary. So it's like I put it out there. I'm not going to say I'm a good luck charm or this platform is a good luck charm. But again, manifestation is powerful. If you put it out there and believe it, it'll happen.
It will, because it's crazy, as we speak. I have a few things in the works, a few things that are pending, so hopefully they'll come through. It's one of them things, when you're talking about acting anyway, I'll say you audition, you do your best, you do what you can do. You have to get it out of your mind after that, because, at that point, what's done is done. But there's a few things that I do have pending that I hope I can go ahead and make happen. I will say that we're in the works I'm getting ready to host a show called The Drop, which is it's a music, since we were talking about music, talking about the verses, it's like a music video countdown show. We're going to bring on a lot of artists, and it's not just subjected to rap and hip hop. We're gonna bring on some of the OGs in R&B, some of the OGs in hip hop to interview them. A lot of people that are dropping videos now, but we all know BET and MTV isn't what it used to be. So it's like now, all right, they got a music video to drop. If you're a fan of whoever that used to be on, hey, now we got a platform for you to come watch it, for them to come talk about it. Now they got a new video dropping.
Don't you just miss that? Like the music video countdown shows, like, okay, 106 in Park and
Oh
TRL, and
man.
the artists being able to come on the platform and promote their music videos and talk about the concept behind it and their album and everything like that. And they just brought back Video Soul with Donnie Simpson. So it's not
Wow.
the same. Like BET and MTV is just, when it comes to music video countdowns, it's just like that nostalgia again. People want to bring it back.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They do. 106, that was my show. I think 106 was everybody's show. So me and Free follow each other. I don't know if he's on here now. Me and Free chat back and forth. But shout out to Free, man. 106 was the show. 106 was the show. TRL was the show. And I see they brought Rap City back to some extent. But I'll have to go check it out. But I hope it's dope. I hope they're successful with it.
Absolutely. So you guys make sure you tune. And not only are you doing the drop, but you just recently did a fashion show for Atlanta as well too. So tell us a little bit about that.
I did. That was my first fashion show in a while, I want to say. Yeah. And, well, I did something back during the summer, but yeah. Anyway, it was the Atlanta high fashion and bridal show. It was dope. Shout out to Laura Hines. Really, it's a non-profit fashion show that the proceeds goes to different two different charity organizations, and it was amazing. All of the suits, the gowns, they came from high fashion boutiques, and some of the suits were custom made. Like that I had on, they were very custom made. It was amazing. It was a lot of elegance on the runway. I loved it. I didn't feel like I was in Atlanta. I thought I was in Milan somewhere walking the runway at that show. It was amazing. It was well put together. Hey, can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, now he's speaking my language, y'all. Y'all know I absolutely love couture fashion. I absolutely adore ball gowns. And I'm a woman that likes to switch it up. Sometimes I do feminine fashion, but a lot of women are starting to do pantsuits. So you might see me in a men's suit and I might tailor it and make it look sexy. Victoria Beckham, she is the queen of doing that. So just a little fashion plug. I had to throw her in there. But a lot of women are starting to do that, wear menswear. So that's the trend. That is definitely a fashion trend as well. But I love looking at wedding gowns. Like, I'm a fashion girl. I love looking at the fashion magazines. I have almost every issue of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. So definitely, I would love to see it. But when I seen you post the clip on your page, I said, oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It was nice. It was definitely a great show. Hey, I wish a lot more people could have been there. But it was great. Like I said, it was very elegant, and I mean, it was. Hey, that's all I can say. It was good. It's like there's nothing bad that you can say about that particular show. And like I said, the suits were amazing. Shout out to I forgot how he even say his business name, but his name is Rotis. He made. I have a few photos that I haven't even posted yet, but he made this metallic silver or gray looking suit that I had was like double lapels on it, and it came over like a double breast suit from back. It was great. The way that he did it, it was amazing. And honestly, the photos, I didn't post some photos yet because they don't do the suit justice. You can't see all of the minor details that he put in that he put into it. So I want to post those photos where you can see all of the details, But it was an amazing show and amazing formal wear. All of the models were amazing. So yeah, ready for the next one.
I can't wait to see it. I definitely will be staying covered because that show right there, I said, this is my lane right here. This is couture fashion at its finest, and the designers are black. Like, even in the fashion industry, this year at the Met Ball, they had such a big problem with when I interviewed another model by his name, Cleveland Wilson.
Okay.
His name is Cleveland Wilson. I did an interview with him, and I talked with him about, you know, the lack of black fashion designers out here that are in these luxury fashion houses, like the Balmains. Balmain is owned by a black man, of course, Olivier Rousteing. But when it comes to other luxury fashion events like the Met Ball and the CFDA, I'm just like in the back of my mind asking, where are the black fashion designers? So what are your thoughts on that with the lack of black fashion designers?
I feel like, you know, I feel like there's a lot out there. I think it's just about, I'm not going to say let us do anything. It's just about them getting in the door, getting more into that lane. It's about us, and I hate a dead horse that people talk about all the time, but we do have to support each other the same way that we support the, and I mean, I know that, you know, this isn't black owned. I'm just throwing this out there. Same way that we support the Louis and the Gucci's and the Tom Fords and, you know, all of those people, man, the Vince Camuto brands, all of that, we have it. That's the only way that it'll happen. We have to look at where our people make in that same light, you know, especially if they're providing that great quality. You know, case in point, the fashion show that I was in, I would not mind paying top dollar for any tuxedo or suit that was on their runway, because I saw the time, I saw the effort that was put into it. I felt the fabric. I felt how it fit. It fit, you know, so I wouldn't mind paying top dollar for that. But sometimes, because it's one of us, or, you know, hey, yeah, let me get a discount, or, yeah, you know, I like this, but I'd rather go over here and get Louis or Gucci because it's Louis or Gucci, and everybody is going to recognize that everywhere that I go when it, you know, it's not about that. Plus, first of all, I'm not the type of person who, I want to be different anyway. You know, I love to wear somebody's brand who's under the radar right now and bring it to the forefront, because for one, it's going to be different. I can get a plethora of their designs, rock them out, generate some money for them, and make it happen. And hopefully I can, you know, spark it, and the next person can, you know, they'll want to buy something from me. And that's kind of what I do. I do that even with the brands that, like, even this one, Hundreds. Shout out to Hundreds, by the way. But even with the brands that I am affiliated with as far as being a brand ambassador. Okay, you up and coming. You want me to rock your clothes? I'll do it. You know, I'll even purchase them. But if you're coming to me about being a brand ambassador, of course we all know how that works out and everything. Yeah. You want me to, you know, whatever. So of course one of the perks are free clothing, which I love. But I'm gonna promote it to the T, which is it's gonna, you know, that's a part of the agreement anyway. But I'm going to go over and beyond. I'm not just gonna take a picture in it. I'm really gonna wear that. You know, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it. And I'm going to try to spark that flame to get other people to wear it, especially when it's something that one of us, you know, our people has made.
Absolutely. And not only that, but I interviewed Rico Chappelle in Atlanta, House of Chappelle.
Shout out to Rico. Shout out to Rico. I know Rico.
Thing too. So you're familiar with him?
Yeah. I know Rico. Shout out to Rico.
Yes, when he came on my platform, I asked him the same question. He was just like, well, why don't you think people support up-and-coming black fashion designers? And why is there a lack of them? I mean, they do the same type of fashion that the Jean Paul Gaultier, the Givenchy's, and remember, all of these fashion houses out here do. They do the same thing. And back in the day, in the 70s and the 80s, you guys remember Willie Smith as a fashion designer, black fashion designer. It's so many that were out back then in the 80s and the 70s. And then fast forward now, you've got your Tom Fords and your Gucci, all of these labels out here, European-owned fashion brands. But what about black-owned fashion houses? Like you got Pyre Moss, Grassfields is one. Yes. Shout outs to Jerry Reed from Harlem, New York. He does luxury fashion. Like, it's so many out here. Christopher John Rogers. Like, it's a lot of them out here, but they just don't get the credit. And shout outs to La Roche, who styled, I think it's Zendaya and Celine Dion and a few others. What he did for the Met Ball this year was genius. He brought a team of black fashion designers with him. And
Mm.
I said, this is how you do it. I think it was Lewis Hamilton, and Kehlani also showed up with him as well too. And the Olympic track runner, I cannot remember her name, Kari Richardson. He bought her as well too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And you know,
he
like
bought the whole
I said,
team.
yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that you know, that's one of the things that we should do. It's like once you get to a certain level, hey, it's okay to reach back. You know, I know for a fact, you know, I thank God for where I'm at right now, but man, once, you know, if I can get bigger and bigger and bigger, like anytime that I do a lot of music videos. I do a lot, you know, whatever. I'm going to try. I mean, you know, sometimes I can't really do the logo thing, but I'll definitely try to wear someone's brand that, you know, something that someone has given me or something that I am an ambassador of. I'll wear it. I'll wear it in that video. I will, you know, 9 times out of 10 that video. So if I'm wearing your brand, that brand is going to be seen millions of times, you know, and I can't guarantee anything, but I feel like that's me doing my part to help us, you know. So, or if I need a stylist, if I have any, if I need something, if I go to a red carpet event, if I need something, I'm gonna reach out to one of my people who I know that's a designer. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be one of us. I'm gonna reach out to them. Hey, I got this coming up. Can you make this? Hey, there you go. So yeah.
And that's how it should be. I'm telling you, we got to hire our own team. I think Tiffany had it. She's her whole team, makeup, hairstylist, fat, all of it, black, everything, black on everything. My girlfriend Stephanie, shout outs to her. She has a cosmetics line, the Bomb Lashes. So make sure you ladies go and check that out. She says all of our money goes into the wrong pockets. Absolutely. And the thing is, I've been trying to break away from it and support black fashion houses. Yeah, like I rock Fashion Nova and things like that, but I also support my black fashion designers as well too. Like Blue Haze Clothing is one, Jerry Reed is one. It doesn't take a thing to go back and support people who look just like you. Representation for me is key.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, like I say, like you say, you still wear other things as well. It's, you know, realistically, yeah, we all gonna wear something that's not made from us. You know, that's just facts. I don't hate anything else that anybody else makes or any other nationality or anything like that. So I definitely wear that as well. But it's all about doing our part for our black designers, and you know, it's just about doing our part. You know, it takes nothing to, if you're gonna buy something over here, come buy something from us too. You know, it's one of those type of things. It's like it's a balance. It's a balance as well. So it's like you're not just cutting us out. You're still supporting us, which is the great thing.
That's right. All right, Fashion Dolls, it is time for the Rapid 5. So Darryl has to tell me 5 things that he can't live without.
5 things that I cannot live without. My phone, number one. And it's crazy. It's crazy that I say that because I wish I didn't have to say that. But, you know, it's such a moneymaker. You think about it, we do everything from our phone. We're on live right now. This is your show, your platform. So if you're on your phone, iPad, I don't know what you're on, but if you're on your phone, you're always doing something on your phone. Most people are in 2021. So my phone is one. I'm gonna be funny, but it's real. Gotta have. Can't live without deodorant. I have to have deodorant. What else do I have that I just can't live with? Oh man, 5 things I got. This is a good question, and I'm trying not to say the obvious things like, oh, money. You know, we all need that. But it's definitely, let's see, phone. I could live without this, but I'll say right now I'll say a car, because going different places in Atlanta, man. And I try to get there in a timely fashion. And although there's public transportation as well, thank God I have a car. Let me see, what else can I? Water. Oh my goodness, I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water. Can't live without the water. Phone, water, deodorant, the car, and what's one more thing that I can't live without? I will say, you know what? It's crazy. I'll say I can't. I'll say this is good. This is a great question. This is definitely a great question. The last thing, my notebook. I have a notebook, and a lot of people. I'm old school. I'm new school, but I got an old soul. So I write things down still.
Like a reminder. Okay.
From my phone, I write things down because I don't know, like, when, you know, technology is technology, and you don't know when your phone gonna shut down, you gonna drop it in some water, you don't know when anything dealing with technology could crash at any time. So I write everything down. You know, that's the first thing I check for. Man, I look for my notebook. I have it like a little notebook and a calendar together. So I'm just like, you know, I always check to make sure I have it. For the most part, I have it with me because I write so much stuff down, like my thoughts, my ideas, things I got to do. Everything's in my notebook. So, yeah, those are my 5 things.
All right, Fashion Dolls, those are his top 5. It is time that you guys have been waiting for. My heart is beating so fast for this next segment. Okay. It is time to turn those tables. I'm the one that should be scared because my guests get to ask me questions in this segment, uncensored, unfiltered. It is time to turn those tables. So Darryl gets to interview me and ask me questions. So I don't know what he's going to ask me, but I'm the one that's scared and my heart is beating pretty fast right now. So I don't know. All right, Darryl.
All right, well, the first thing I want to say is that that's an amazing segment that you have here. I like that. This is an amazing segment. Secondly, all right, let's get into it. What made you start this platform?
Well, after high school, because I went to beauty school as well, too, for those of you who don't know, I said I'm going to have a plan. I'm going to have to do something because our parents, they ask us all the time, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to work? Are you going to go to college? What's going to be your plan? And at first, I just started covering, like, celebrity news, celebrity things like that. And then I would give people beauty tips as a DIY and things. And later this year, I added on male co-hosts. I'll get to that. I'm going to try to make it brief because it's a long-winded story of how Style by Stevie got it started.
Okay.
I wanted a platform for us that represented us. I wanted a platform for us that represented us because we have BET and 106 in Park is no longer here. So I said, why not make something in the model of all of these talk shows that people like and love and add fashion and add beauty to it and make the woman a face of it, myself. And then just this last year, I added on male co-hosts because men, shout outs to my co-host, my new co-host, Marco the Prince, add him in the comments, Hear Me Out podcast. I just welcomed him Wednesday.
Okay.
Men would actually DM me and say, well, some of these topics, you know, like things that y'all women go through, we feel like you bashing the men. You feel like you going in on us. And I'm just like, no, how can I speak from the male standpoint when that's not me? I'm a woman. So I have to, you know, do something. I have to shake it up because I don't want to lose my male audience. So this year I added on male co-hosts. We had one before. His name is EJ, so shout outs to him. And my other one that is still currently with me, Johnny, and now my new co-host, Marco. So it's three of us. You get the woman perspective and you get the male perspective, because for us in the Black community, it's a little long-winded, so I'm going to try to skip to the bits and pieces. We have to have a community together. We have to have the male perspective and we have to have the female perspective. We can't have a conversation in the Black community without men, you know, and them having to listen to us and the things that we as women, we go through, you know, and the things that men go through. We understand it from both ends. And what we all do is we come together in the common ground and we have fun. It's not too serious. You know, I've given up politics because I would discuss and cover the election. And I'm just like, after that, after this year's election, never again will I discuss politics. I'm on my Michelle Obama-ish. So I said, nope, I am not. I will never. I'm just going to cover celebrity pop culture and things that we go through in our Black community. And we're going to throw in a little bit of glamour. We're going to throw in some interviews. So that's a little bit of how Style by Stevie got formed. But we definitely shook it up.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. That's interesting. Well, I will say, it's a good platform. I love the platform. When you reached out to me, I went down the timeline. I looked at some people that you have interviewed as well. But it's amazing. It's amazing. And, first of all, keep doing it. You know, keep it going. Keep it going. I love it. I love when I can come on and just talk to people and be myself. Yeah, we do have there's male perspective as well. I will say that. But okay. My next question would be, what is you know, not to get personal. It doesn't have to be personal to you, but what is something that you did, or I don't like to say regret, but I'll say that. What is something that you did and immediately you was like, why did I do that? Like, what? You know, it can be anything. People do, because we do. That's on the show. Or it's like, why did I do that? Or why did I ask that? Like, because you would ask some things sometimes and you would do it before you know it. It's like, wait, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have asked that. It doesn't even have to be offensive. It could just be something that was crazy. You're like, well, why did I do that?
Oh my God, Marco knows this pretty well, because when we first met, I mean, on some of the topics, because you know, you get caught up in the moment, you get upset about things, and there have been times I would drop some F-bombs here and there. I got a little bit of a potty mouth, so I would go back and watch the episode, and I'm just like, wow, why did I say that? Like, oof. Girl, what was you thinking? And my mom would be watching the show with me, so y'all already know how that goes. Oh my God, girl, you got such a potty mouth. I raised you better than that. I should have took you to church. So I would say certain things, and I would go back and I would look at it like, why would you say that? That is so wrong. So yes. There have been definitely times when I've said things that I will regret, and I'm just looking at it like, that's not it, no ma'am. But people would think it's so funny. I would be sitting back there like, oh no, eating crow.
That's crazy. Yeah, that can happen. That can definitely happen. It's hard to censor yourself sometimes. It's definitely hard to censor yourself. I get it. I understand. I totally understand. So what would you say that your biggest accomplishment is to date? What is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment. Reaching 300 episodes. We're 300 episodes in. Yes, we've been doing this since Facebook days, and I've been counting them up, tallying them up, and to see the progress and the growth, Darryl, it's just amazing, because y'all know for you and your modeling career, it's the same for us. We look back when we first started, and we look at where we're at now, the journey to where we're at right now, and I'm just like, wow, you've been through all of these trials and tribulations to get where you're at, to be where you're at, and I'm just thankful. I'm blessed to be here at 28 years old, because I started very young. I started at like, 19 years old. And to see now 28 and to my own opinion, my own voice, and to have a platform where I can voice my opinion and people see like, how do you feel? Like, It's amazing, and I'm thankful. I wouldn't change it for the world. Now, are there things I will regret? Bouncing back to the question that you previously asked me, absolutely. I'm like, my delivery could have been a little bit better. I didn't want people to think that, oh well, she's going in, she's being malicious. No, and I've had to clarify plenty of things, plenty of times. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, things can get very misconstrued. But 300 episodes, 300 shows, that's amazing. Congratulations on that. That's amazing. People, that's consistency and dedication. And a lot of people don't understand the dedication and how, I don't like to say hard, because I feel like a lot of things aren't hard, but a lot of things can challenge us. And I feel like that's a very challenging task. And people don't understand it. A lot of people think, even doing this live right now, a lot of people think, well, I'm going to get on this live, you're going to press the button, and we're going to sit here and talk. But it's more than that. When you're reaching out to people, you're reaching out to guests, you're making the flyers, you're doing, you setting time aside. You got to make sure, you got to hope your technology works perfectly. You got to upload. It's a lot. It's a lot. People don't understand it, but congratulations, nevertheless. Who is one person that you would want to interview that you haven't yet? If you just pick anybody who's still alive that you can interview. Some people ask that question. If you pick anybody dead or alive who's still alive, who's actually obtainable right now, who would it be?
Viola Davis. Viola Davis.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
She's amazing.
I say her because me being a chocolate sister, looking on television and growing up, seeing representation is key. So I said, this woman, she speaks with such eloquence. I've seen her present awards and just seeing her act in so many different things. Now she's playing Michelle Obama. So Viola Davis, that would be my top choice.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. Viola is amazing, man. She is, when she came out, I mean, she's done some amazing things. I'll just say that. From when I got introduced to her as being Viola Davis, I was like, man, who is this Viola lady that keeps popping up, And but for even her to do things that she was doing on primetime TV on ABC, that's a task. So shout out to Viola. Shout out to her. Definitely shout out to her. What is I'm gonna ask you, what is one thing that you can't live? Well, I'm gonna say, but what is one thing you can't live without? Without saying, of course, money. Without saying, things like that.
My family. My family
Oh, wow.
is my rock. My mom is my rock. She is a huge supporter. Just showing her some of the show clips and interviews and things like that, she's like, oh my God, my baby, I'm so proud of you. You've come a long way. You've been through so much. You've finally found your voice, because I wasn't always this outspoken. I was a little bit shy. And then as the high school years progressed, being bullied a lot has finally made me, or how can I say, molded me into the person that I am today, to be more outspoken and vocal on things. When I see something is going on in the world, I salute you, Queen. Awesome platform. Thank you. Thank you, baby, so much. And that's what has helped me a lot. My family, my grandmother, my mom, and I have to give credit to my dad too. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. So what do you do with your downtime?
I love to read. I'm a bit of a bookworm. I'm always thinking about what's going to be for this season. I'm always brainstorming. I just love creativity. I have the create juices. So I'm always thinking of something that I could change for the next season and the next season, because we're now heading into season 16, January 2022. So I'm always brainstorming, like, okay, how do I want this to look? Like, I just love creativity. I love fashion. I love to design things. I love to put things into perspective, like how I want things to look, because every season that I've done, it's been a different look. It's been everything has been a different background. So I just like things to be perfect. So in my downtime, I'm always flipping through a bunch of fashion magazines, tearing out pages and things like that, or shopping, because y'all know I love to shop. So I love to shop and read during my downtime.
Okay. So, all right. So this is gonna be my last one. I'm going to I'm going to say 5 things and tell me what you, in one word, what comes to mind when I say these 5 things.
Okay.
All right. Politics.
Stress.
Hey, big facts. But alcohol.
Relaxation. Relaxation. It's nothing like a good drink.
Fashion.
Miss Stevie.
I like that. I like that. I definitely like that. New York.
Family. I have family there. So when I think of New York, I think of family. Brownsville, the 5 boroughs, the Bronx, Brooklyn. Yeah. My father's from New York, so I think of family.
Okay. My last one would be, how do I want to, television.
Television, I can live without. I can live without. Because sometimes I will be binge watching My Housewives and things like that, and I'm just like, okay, I can live without it.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So those are my questions. I like that segment though, the turn the table. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. I feel like you'll probably you done launched some newly found careers that people didn't know. They're like, wait a minute, I like interviewing people. Let me get into that too, just from your segment. But now that's dope. I like that. I like it a lot.
And that's what I want to do with my guests. Like when my guests come on the platform, because I know it can be when I've the last person, who did I interview last week? It was Carlos Pope, who's also a model as well too. And I did an interview with him, and he was like, Miss Stevie, I never expected. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I didn't know how he was gonna do it. I said, when I do the turn the table segment, you guys get to ask me questions to break the ice, because I know doing interviews can be nerve wracking. You never know what the journalist or the host is going to ask you. So yeah, and it's crazy because
anytime someone reaches out or anything, you always you try to do your research on people.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the page. I would look at a little clip of something, but I don't like now. I'm more prone to go back and watch your full interview because I don't want to know what to expect. Like, I didn't know you had this segment, and I'm glad because things it'll just hey, I like for it to be authentic. So, whatever you throw at me or whatever, your show is about, it's gonna be authentic. Which I feel like that's the greatness about it.
Yes, and that's what we do on my platform. On my platform, I want the audience to have a good time and interact, and I've seen so many of y'all coming in and just commenting and feeding off of both of our energy. That's what I want for this platform, for everybody to have fun, to have a good time, and just relax. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And speaking of designers, shout out to Jay Bolin, man. Jay Bolin, he just tuned in. Shout out to Jay Bolin, man. So, he's an amazing man. Jay Bolin is dope.
My jaws drop because I follow him. Like, I love his styling. I love his fashion. I love everything. So I've seen some of his work.
Shout out to Jay Bolin, man. He's a cool cat, man. He's a cool guy. I know him. I met Jay Bolin. I don't know when the first time I met Jay Bolin. It was years and years ago. But yeah, shout out to him though, definitely.
All right, my last question is for you is, what advice would you give to someone looking to become a model or an actor? What advice did you give to a young man or a young woman who says, Darryl, I want to become a model? What advice would you give them?
Do your research. That's the first thing, do your research, because a lot of people think that it's so easy. And I feel like social media and Instagram, and I'm going to say this, social media in general, has given this false narrative of what it really is to be a model or to be an actor. When it comes to modeling, it's like people don't understand. A lot of people that ask me, they'll DM me or whatever, like, hey, I want to get started modeling, yada yada. How can I do it? You know, and I always tell people what I know. You know, we none of us know everything. I tell people what I know, what I've experienced. However, the first question is, I'm like, okay, what kind of modeling do you want to do? And it's like crickets. You know, I'm just like, okay, well, the first thing is, you know, there are different types of modeling. So do your research first. And then kind of say, hey, this is what I want to do, this, that, and the third. You know, it's print modeling, it's runway, it's commercial, it's so many different types. But you know, you have to do your research to even know if it's something that you want to get into. You know, now people are more lenient on this. However, I'm just being honest. I didn't make the rules, but if you go look at Wilhelmina's website and Ford and all of those different big modeling agencies, they got height requirements. I mean, you know, like I say, it's just not, they don't shoot nobody down. Like I said, I didn't make the rules, but it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, if you really want to make it to certain runways, like, you know, if you want to make it to those big agencies, like, you got to research what they want as well. And it's like, all right, well, this might not work out for you, but you can still do print. And there's so many different types of modeling. So I'll definitely say, do your research, practice your different type of walks, because there are so many different types of runway walks that you can do, different poses. Work on your expressions in the mirror. So when you do get in front of that camera, a photographer, they love when you get in front of a camera and they can just go. And they have so many different photos to choose from that, you know, that they get tired. So, you know, it's like, do your research, practice what it is you want to do. You got to practice and you know, you got to practice and act of what you want to become. And don't let Instagram and this whole false narrative fool you, because I see people on Instagram and I hate this to a T, man. It's like, I wish they would take the categories away, because, you know, not knocking what anybody want to do, but I see fashion model and I'm just like, okay, the model, but you don't have not one lick of fashion on your page though. No type, you know, no clothes on nothing. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. That's neither here nor there. As far as acting, I have a long way to go, right? So I only tell, you know, I'll scratch the surface of what I feel about that. Definitely do your research with that, because you know, like now I've worked on some SAG projects, had some roles on some major things, to the point, because I would never even say that I was an actor. I'm always, what you doing? Yeah, I'm a model, because I had that resume, but I'm like, yeah, I'm an aspiring actor though too. Yeah, what have you done? This, that, and the third. But now I go back and I look at my resume. I'm just like, and I can really say that I'm an actor now. You know, and I still don't throw that term around loosely, because there are so many people out there who are, man, who's really put in a lot of work. I'll say that. And it's a lot of work. Do your research. It's like when you know, man, get into some acting classes if you feel like you want to do it. And I even tell people, when you're first starting off, don't get stuck doing it. But when you're starting off, do some background work so you can kind of see how things run on set. You can see how long those hours are. You can see what really goes into it. You know, if you don't want to be on set for 14 to 15 hours a day, it might not be for you. It's just one of them things. You know, sometimes you can be on there 14 hours. Sometimes you'll be on there 17 hours. You know, hey, you go on a music video set, you think you go on there, you see a 2 or 3 minute video on YouTube for a music video. I go on a music video set, I'm there for 12 hours most of the time. So, you know, it's one of those things. You have to research what you want to do. You know, don't try to I shoot for the top no matter what you do, but don't try to skip steps. Don't try to skip the steps. Learn what a industry standard headshot is. Google what an industry standard resume is, because believe it or not, casting directors, your headshot is the first thing that they see, and they can tell if you done shot it on the iPhone or not. So you do have to invest in yourself as far as your headshots. You know, as far as making sure you know that this is a little money on a little time. It don't mean you got to go get $600 headshots either, but have an industry standard professional headshot. Do your research. Start at the bottom. Make sure it's something you want to do. Do some background work just to kind of get yourself started to see if you want to do it. And, you know, take classes. Definitely take classes. So yeah, those are my main things that I would definitely say to anybody who wants to get started. And don't let Instagram and social media fool you into this false narrative of what this whole entertainment thing is. And watch out for scams, because there's a lot of people scamming out there. There's a lot of people scamming out there. I will say that. I want to say this on your platform. Man, look, don't be paying these people all this money to join their agency and management and all that, because that ain't how it works. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That ain't how it works. Then you can do your research on how it works, but I'll tell you that, not to say, you know, too much, but that's not how it works. So yeah, that goes back to doing your research.
Because some of these agencies are not legit. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, not at all. You know, I've heard people say, yeah, this agency reached out to me. They told me it'll be like $2,500 for me to join them. And I was just like, what? $2,500 for you to join them? But they want you? I'm like, I can see if they want you and they book you something and they get their percentage, which all agents are gonna do that. And there's a certain percentage, you still walk away with a majority of it. You know, so yeah, a lot of people are getting people, and I'm glad that I can tell people from my experiences. And I love to be able to talk from experiences that I've had. You know, it's one of those things, and that's why I normally talk from. I'm like, yeah, I've been there and done that, so I can honestly tell you, I can tell you this for a fact, that hey, don't go that route or go this route. So yeah.
Please be careful, y'all. Someone on my old page, because my old page got taken from me, reached out to me talking about, I posted, what was it, a beauty shot that I took. And someone messaged me talking about, oh, well, why don't you join the beauty pageant? I said, no. So they try to get you. They will slide in your DMs and they will say you have to pay this amount of money to become a model or to join a modeling agency or things like that. So y'all, please be careful with that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, people they don't really try that, like with me now, really. I mean, you can tell the legitimacy of people too, but people can smell when people are trying to start too. And like I said, I have, you know, from experiences, it's things like, hey, I'm having a fashion show, you know, yeah, it's gonna be this fee to get in it. What? Let me send you my resume real quick. Do it look like I had to pay to get on a fashion show? Does it look like I had to pay? You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. It's just like, all right, now look at your show. Now tell me this. I just walked the runway with DTLR wearing Nike, Adidas, are cool and everything. I ain't paid them a dime. So you telling me I got, you know, it just makes no sense.
Get in the show.
It makes no sense. I'm like, y'all are crazy. But I hate it for the people who are out there actually getting, you know, got like that. But I'm working on something now for some people, you know, for the masses, hopefully, that they can come to and get some knowledge from some very credible people. And, yeah, I'm putting that together right now. But it's been in the works for a while. So we'll see how it goes.
I can't wait to see it. And, you know, we definitely will be keeping in touch with you, Darryl. It was a blast talking with you. Your energy is everything. And again, manifestation. I see so much in the future for you.
Thank you. Likewise. A great platform. Keep doing what you're doing. Congrats again on the 300 shows. Hey, keep it pushing. I love it. And thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Darryl DC Chambers, please go and follow him right here on the gram. And this interview will be up. Be on the lookout for a clip, and it will be on my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to Style by Stevie _Daytime. I love you all, and you guys be safe. Take care.
Yep, and if I was stumbling over anything, just know that it was a long Friday night, and you see I got my water. But thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You